Welcome to the Heart to Heartland podcast. Here are your hosts.
Hi guys, welcome back. Welcome back to our channel. I'm Isabelle.
And I'm Soile.
It's been a week. How was your week?
Good. Fast. I mean, we had
Yeah.
a long weekend here because of Easter.
Yeah, same.
So I went to see my parents.
Did you get chocolate?
Yep.
Me too. I was like lying in my bed last night just shoving a Kinder Egg in my mouth.
We actually got a little bit snow this morning again.
Ew.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw that on your story.
Yeah, and I was like,
Ooh.
no, thank you.
Yeah,
it's like
a hard pass.
Yeah, you would think that after, like, we're in April.
It's
right now.
April, yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's a nice week here. It's supposed to be like really nice all week, so I'm happy about that.
Oh, well,
I'll try to
enjoy.
send some
We'll
of it
have
your way.
like
Yeah, literally.
ice cold showers and stuff like that coming. So
No, really?
yeah, not gonna
That's a
go
rude
outside that
awakening.
much. No.
Yeah. Ew.
I think first of all, I need to cancel you right away.
Oh my God, what did I do?
Well, you were lying last time.
Oh shh.
Because you mentioned
I know what this is about.
that you've never met Caitlin or something like that. And turns out you not only have met her, but you actually have a picture with her as well. So
I knew it wasn't
what
going
do you
to
have
take
to
long
say
for me
for
to get
yourself?
canceled. That I have a very bad memory.
Okay.
I don't know. I should totally post a picture as like my apology for lying. Sorry guys, I got canceled already.
How can we even believe you right now?
Yeah. How can you believe a word coming out of my mouth when I already lied once? So much for being uncancelable.
Yeah, well, I'm still not canceled, so...
Yeah, I'm canceled, but you're not. Lucky.
So, what do we have this week from the cast?
It's actually been a really exciting week. So, a lot of you might have already known this, but Carrie James has a GoFundMe going for his father. And I donated a little bit. I can't do too much, but I think it's important. Like, even every dollar helps.
Yeah, his dad is battling leukemia.
Yeah.
So he's trying to help him, and I think his mother is sick as well.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah, or something like some kind of health issues.
Yeah.
So I think that'll be hard. That's hard for the family, and
yeah, because Carrie said he's gonna be like the prime caregiver, and that's a huge load to carry. So I have the link in my personal Instagram. It's in my bio, but Carrie James has all that info on his Instagram as well.
Yeah, and I think I'll add it to the video description on YouTube as well. So
I haven't checked to see what he's at. Let me check.
Even if you have like few dollars or whatever.
So his goal is 50,000 and he's at close to 9,000.
Yeah, and he said that whatever money he doesn't need, then he'll donate that to someone who will need it.
That's good. Yeah, I completely trust him. I'm sure that this is going to where it needs to go.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you can donate, we'll have the links up. Anything else? What else happened this week?
Well, Amber sent her newsletter. It had quite a few things, but I think the main things that we can take out from it was that she's moving with Sean, and they bought a new ranch, and that's why she might be a little bit more quiet right now on social media, because she has a whole set of animals to move. And
oh my gosh, that's gotta be a pain.
Yeah,
I'm assuming they're moving close to the mountains.
I think she just said that kind of further away from the city or something.
Interesting.
Yeah. So that,
I guess we'll see by the pictures, because I don't think she'll post pictures of the house, but she'll probably have pictures of the yard and stuff.
Yeah. And she also had a video with Graham that she filmed Back in January.
Oh, whenever they got before.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. When Amber went to Vancouver.
Yeah. So it was 14 questions for 14 seasons or something like that. Definitely check that out if you haven't seen it already. And yeah, I quickly wanted to mention that Up Faith and Family will have season 14 on May 6th. So if you're in the US and haven't seen season 14, then check that out.
You're in for a ride.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure a lot of people have been spoiled.
Oh yeah, it's kind of hard to avoid.
Yeah, but yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Rip. Michelle Morgan's movie Ice Blue is out on Tubi. No idea what it is, but I guess it's a streaming service in the US and Canada.
Yeah.
It's an interesting movie. It's twisted.
I
saw it in theater once.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah. So
yeah, it was in theaters in Calgary when I lived in Alberta, and I was like, oh, cool. Yeah.
I was thinking of checking that out this week if I'm able to view it from Tubi or whatever that was.
Yeah, I don't know what that is either. No idea.
I've heard that it's strange, but interesting.
It is strange. It is. But it has great reviews, so I mean,
yeah.
I personally found that, like, my personal take on it, like the ending of it was really like interesting. I liked it, but the movie itself just moved along really slow. It was pretty long. It was like full-size movie long, like 2 hours maybe.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, we have our first hater. Should we celebrate? That means we've made it. We have 1 dislike on our video, but that means we've made it. So
yeah.
You can hate, but we send love back. Yeah. So thank you for giving us clout because you viewed it.
Yeah. I mean, we're only going to come out this stronger.
Yeah. Like war wounds.
Should we talk about our theme for this week?
Yeah, let's go for it.
How did we get familiar with the show, and then like how we met, and like I mean, I've told my story a few times already, but basically when I was, I want to say like 13 or something, I was part of this horse book club, and they had the Heartland books, and I started reading them, and I really liked them because they were kind of different from the typical horse books. And I read them for a few years, but then kind of didn't really do horse stuff anymore.
Yeah.
So I kind of forgot about them. And then one summer I was at my parents' house, and then I found the books, and I was like, these used to be good. Like, I wonder if they held up. And I read the first one, and I thought, wow, this is kind of childish, but then at the same time it's like light reading for summer. So I started looking from online if they had all the books, because I only had like, I don't know, 8 books or something. And then I found the books and I ordered them, but at the same time I found out that they had turned the books into a TV show.
How did you find out about that?
I think it was on Wikipedia or something.
Oh, okay. You Googled it?
Yeah.
Or you saw it on the internet?
Yeah, because I wasn't sure about the name of the book. Or
I see.
Like or like the books that I needed, or how many books there were. So I checked it out. At that point, they still had like illegally uploaded episodes on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
So
good old days, man.
Yeah. So I was like, well, I'll check it out, like if it's any good. And then I watched like 5 episodes, and I was like, okay, I like this. And then I started to look for more episodes, because at that point they had like 4 seasons.
Okay.
Yeah. So I caught up, and from that point on I I've been watching like weekly.
How long until you started your blog then? Like a couple years later?
No, it was like a year later or maybe
Oh,
less.
really? Because
Or
around season 5 or?
yeah, because there used to be this forum on the official page. It was like We Love Heartland or something like that.
Oh, okay.
And so I first started spending time there and I wrote fan fiction. And then people started to like my writing. So I made the blog and I posted pictures there as well, like my edits and stuff like that. And then it just kind of took over because
it really took off. You have a very
yeah.
successful blog and Instagram.
Yeah, because I think it didn't take long for them to shut the forum down because I think it was just too much to handle because at that point the show really took off. Like it just got really popular really fast.
It did, yeah.
So and I think, you know, Facebook was kind of more thing back then. Yeah. So that's kind of how I...
Yeah, we kind of have similar stories because I read the books too. I was like 7, I think, and I was in school, and it was like my first day at a new school, and we went to the library, and all of these kids started running towards this one particular shelf, and I was like, okay, whatever, let me go look. And it was the Heartland books. People were fighting over them.
So it was like really popular.
They were incredibly popular. Incredibly popular. So I was like, okay, whatever. And the only book that was like left was book 11. So that's the book that I started with.
You're like, 11. Who is this character? I don't know.
And then I got like the first book, and then I was like, wow, and I read all of them. I still have, I think, most of the books as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then I remember going to like the public library, not at school, but like the public library we had in town there, and they had Heartland DVDs. And I had no idea there was a show. And I was reluctant to watch it because I heard it was so different from the books, and I really liked the books. But yeah, I was like a couple episodes in, and I was like, oh, I'm in trouble. So good.
Yeah, I remember when I started to watch the show, I was like, that's not how they look, and what is this? But then quickly I started to be like, okay, they're kind of separate things. Like think of it that way, so it won't bother too much.
Anyone who's read the books, like the first 3 or 4 books, they did pretty well on the show. Like they did follow the storylines for the first part of the first season. But yeah, that was about it. Like after those episodes, they followed their own path. They didn't do the books anymore.
Yeah, and I actually haven't read all of the books, even though I have them, just because, you know, the show kind of took over my life.
It's completely different.
Yeah, but I think I'll try to read a few of them this summer, hopefully. So maybe it'll be interesting, especially now with you know, 14 seasons later. Yeah. So
yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, maybe I'll try.
I'd like to read them again, but that takes like, I'd have to have like motivation to do it. Like the last book, I think people don't really realize that Ty and Amy weren't like ended up together in the books.
Yeah. Yeah, and the thing for me is that you know, of course they've been translated to Finnish. So when I read the first book a few years ago, I was kind of like, ooh, this translation isn't like really good.
So do you read it in Finnish? And did you ever read in English after that?
No. But
wow.
But I've been kind of thinking if maybe I should get them in English, just because it would feel more natural. We'll see. I mean, are they worth it in the end? But
I read them so many times, countless times, over and over as a kid, over and over. Book 6 was my favorite, and I also loved book 3. Those 2 were my favorite.
I know you've been a fan of Jessica Steen for a long time. So were you a fan of hers before you started watching the show?
I was a fan, but like it wasn't until Heartland that I really became a fan.
Mm.
And I had no idea she was on Heartland. So I don't even remember. I think 111 was the first episode that I ever saw Jessica Steen in, and that was like the fishing cabin one.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I know her. Like, oh, I recognize her. And then the rest is history.
It's kind of funny that you had like this two timelines that kind of collided.
Yeah. It was just so weird how those stars aligned to bring us where we are today, especially like, what the heck was that? There's a ghost in here.
Is it the mouse? Like, is it the mouse?
Oh my god, should we tell them about the mouse?
Yeah, you should.
So after we filmed last week's episode, I started editing it shortly after, and I saw like in the corner of my eye this movement. And I look over because I just renovated this like little studio space, so there's insulation and then plastic over top. And there's a freaking mouse just sitting there. And I was like, hello? And he's just like walking through like the insulation and plastic. I don't know. It's like, okay. So that was probably the mouse who made that noise.
Everything weird that happens, you can blame it on the mouse.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Because I choked. The mouse will like climb to your head and start like pulling your hair.
Can edit the episode for me.
Yeah,
that would have been funny.
So anyway, do you remember how you got involved with the fandom, and like what was your first like?
Back then, way back then, it was only Facebook, and I think they had a Twitter, but they didn't really use it as much as it is now.
Yeah.
But Facebook was like the main source for all Heartland things, and at the time I was like too young to even have a Facebook account. So I remember like my age was like 32 when I was 11. And so when my birthday would come, you'd be like, oh, happy 30th, whatever birthday. And I'm like, oh, that's funny. But so I remember like joining Facebook and just interacting with fans in the comment section, or like making friends that way, liking everything, commenting on everything, sharing everything.
Yeah.
And then it didn't take too long after that I started making fan pages. And I did that for a long time.
Where did you have your fan page?
I had one on Facebook for a little bit, but that didn't go very well. So Instagram started taking off. So I did one on Instagram, Twitter, and Tumblr.
Yeah, because I think the first memory of you, like seeing you posting like Heartland stuff was like, I think on Twitter or something.
Yeah, Twitter was probably where I was most active.
Yeah, and then you came over to Tumblr, and I kind of got to know you a little bit better. And
yeah, I think that's how it started too. We definitely met on Twitter.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you our first interaction, but I know for sure that's where we met.
Yeah,
talked for the first time.
Remember either, but I was kind of like, oh, she seems cool, and like she's a big fan, and like she's aware of things, and I was just like, she could be
I thought the same about you. I was like, we should totally be friends. We need such like a power team.
Yeah, we're like, I'm just like, could we be friends, or like whatever?
I don't even remember like how it even all started, honestly. Did we DM on Twitter? Is that how we used to talk? I don't remember.
I mean, it's been years, so like it just feels like you've been kind of like part of my fandom memory as long as I've been in the fandom. It almost seems like that.
Yeah.
Even though I know that I kind of had a time before you on that forum I was talking about.
Yeah.
But like,
yeah, I think you were there before I was, for sure.
Yeah, like there are a few fans that I remember were kind of like my first, like the ones that I kind of remember.
Oh yeah, there's so many so many of the original OG
Yeah.
fans that aren't around anymore, but I'll always remember them.
Yeah.
Always. I could list off names.
And then I even though I was in Tumblr, I was pretty active on Facebook as well back when things were handled.
Like when Facebook was a thing.
Yeah, like it was more active back then, and you know, people were
There wasn't a
commenting.
lot of fans back then when we came, so
Yeah.
it was a lot easier to get the attention of, you know, people who ran the Heartland pages, and that's where a lot of the cool things happened for us, was
Yeah.
by just having the attention of certain people.
Yeah, and I think the atmosphere was very like
different. It was different than how
we were more like close knit, and
we were very close knit.
So it was always like, hi Barry, or whatever. I don't know. Like,
I want to see how many names I can list off of people I remember. I'm scared. From the OG fans. Oh man.
Steve Long,
yeah.
Yeah.
Brenda.
Yeah.
Remember we were in Alberta together. Brenda.
Yeah.
Who else were we with on that trip?
Gail.
Yeah, Gail.
And
Carla.
Yeah, Carla. I was about to say. I was trying to think.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking her username. So I'm like,
I was gonna say her username too. Maybe I should have said her username. Yeah. Sorry. Oh, Courtney.
Yeah.
Michaela.
Yeah.
Oh, but I don't think Michaela was there in the OG days. She came around slightly after.
Yeah.
Oh, Harley. I was
just about
Leanne, Sue. There was Enrique. Yeah, that's like the OG. Like when you go in the comments, it would be all of us. And we would always, well, I don't know if you did, but I would always post to the page. I don't think you can make posts to the page anymore. Or like, because do you remember that? Everyone and their cousin would always be posting to Amber's and Heartland. And I did too. That's how I got far with social media, was just like constantly posting, constantly like talking to people.
I don't think I made like original post or anything. I was more in the comment sections, because I think I was so like insecure about my English. So I was more like staying hidden. But then
Irina, do you remember Irina?
Oh yeah.
She's an OG fan. Taylor. Do you remember Taylor?
Yeah.
He was the first OG fan.
She was the first one I remember.
Very first. Yeah. Very first biggest fan of the show ever. I wanted to be her. She was like my idol, because she would go to all the events and she was all over like Amber and Heartland's Facebook, and I was like, I want to be her.
I honestly thought that she was kind of like Amber's friend, or like some kind of like assistant or something, because she was, you know, living the dream basically.
I'll have to send her this link and ask her if she'll do the pod.
Yeah, that would be
because she doesn't actually live that far away from me. I think she's about an hour or so.
I didn't know.
Yeah, she's really close to me actually, and her and I both won the same contest till we could have a video chat with Graham. So it was her and I and Graham, and it was just like, it was the coolest thing ever. I was like, I get to be with Taylor and Graham. I was
like, I don't know which one is like
better. I was like, who's the biggest star here?
Yeah. Then I don't remember her name, but
I want to go through my Instagram and see how many names.
But
Ellie. Ellie's kind of OG, isn't she? I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't remember when I met her. Samia.
Yeah.
Was Samia an OG? No idea.
Well, yeah, I mean, now you remember.
I would say so.
Like from Tumblr.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the name of the person who had like Tim fan page.
Oh, Val. Oh my god, yes. She is an OG.
She was also one of those people I kind of looked up, and she had a great.
She had that cool blog going about Chris Potter. She's the coolest.
She was really good at updating that page, so I was really like inspired by her.
So well.
Yeah.
She was definitely, and she also made me this birthday edit once, and it was of Jessica Steen holding a sign that said "Happy Birthday, Izzy," lost my shit. Like, lost it. And I remember that to this day. She was so nice.
Do you still have that?
Oh, 100%. I'd have to go find it though.
Yeah.
I'm sure I saved it somewhere.
I mean, those are the ones that come to my mind right away.
Yeah.
But
I think about it a lot, honestly. Because I'd say most of them aren't really around anymore.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about Taylor, like, what is she up to? Is she still a fan? Because I haven't, seen her on the pages.
I'm thinking of messaging her after this to see.
Yeah.
Do you follow her? Oh, I should send you her Instagram.
I'm not sure, actually. I mean, I mostly knew her from Tumblr and...
Oh, was she on Tumblr too? I didn't know
She used to be. I mean, I think she had, like, the first Heartland fan page.
I had no idea she had Tumblr. Wow. She practically invented. The fandom rests on her shoulders. She built this.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the good old days.
Yeah.
And then I finally met her in person one at an event in Toronto. And I was like...
like, hi.
Oh my god. I know everything about you.
Like, Amber walks by and you're like, what?
Hi. Sorry, I'm talking to Taylor.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was like a huge... She was the reason I even started going to events. Because, like, if she can do it, I'm sure I can too.
Yeah.
I was like, I want to do what she does. She's the coolest.
Yeah. And they had a lot of events back then.
A lot. But I think as they got more famous and the show got more popular.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only person who, before COVID, who would do events is Amber. Yeah. Really was just Amber and sometimes Sean.
Yeah. I remember, watching all those pictures from different events and thinking, like, I wish one day, like, as if...
And you did.
Yeah, I mean,
you did.
Back in 2016, I was like, whatever, like, I'm gonna do it because I've been thinking about it for
Oh my god, do you
years.
remember that? When they announced about the event at SIF, at the film festival, everyone and their cousin bought a plane ticket that day. I did, you did, I think Brenda did, who else did? Everyone, and we all flew. So many people flew in for it. I don't know what it was, but all of us at the same time were like, okay, we're going. Yeah. We didn't even plan it, and we all just went. It was so funny.
Because I remember thinking back when the vetting event happened, around season 8. Yeah. And I was like, kind of bitter, like, I want to be there, like, I want to go there and see that for myself. And I think there were a lot of small events after that, but then this Calgary International Film Festival thing happened.
Was a big deal.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, this I gotta see, because it was, I would say, even bigger than the wedding event. It was like now or never. Yeah. I remember waking up that morning and I was like, I really want to go. Like, I know I could, but like, money. Yeah. And I kept thinking about it throughout the day. And I remember then during that afternoon, I was like, okay, I'm going. I'm getting the money somehow, but I'm going.
Yep. That was me. I was like, I can't miss this. I want to go. I was just like, this is going to be an iconic event.
Yeah. And
because I knew that I was coming back to Alberta like a few weeks after that. So it was really like hard financially, but I was like, I want to do this.
Yeah.
I want to do this.
I mean, of course, the event itself was like huge thing, but at the same time I was like, I'm gonna meet these people I've been talking to for years.
What was that like? What were you feeling? That because I know we spent the day together, but I think that was like that was probably like the second day we had ever hung out. So what was that feeling like for you when you were just standing there and you're watching them on the red carpet, and then you actually met Alicia and Sean?
Yeah, that was like so surreal. I mean, of course, but at the same time, it was like as if I was kind of living through a screen or something like
Yeah, it
that.
doesn't feel real, does it?
Yeah, it's like, wait, like I know that person, but I've never met them. But what is happening? But I mean, it was, when we got to that event, it started off slow because we kind of got together and we were like, hey, what's up? And then we started waiting by the red carpet and just like waited for a long time. I feel
Yeah, we did. Well, we wanted to get there semi early because I was doing Amber's social media that day, so I had to be close enough to get good enough pictures for her Facebook. So that was stressful. I was really stressful, I'm not gonna lie. It was a great experience, but yeah, it was fun. And the only thing I will say is that they had such a small venue. We're all practically sitting on each other in there.
Yeah,
it was
kind of
so
small,
hot.
but at the same time, it kind of felt like intimate setting because
it was oh my god, the energy, and it's like it just feels like those moments go by in slow motion. I don't know if that's for you, but and it's just like, oh my god, it's hard to be present because it's like, oh my god, oh my god.
Like, I want to experience that, and I want to experience whatever's happening over there. Like, what?
Yeah.
And the thing for me was, while I was waiting by the red carpet, like there were few people who were interviewing fans, and then they were like, oh well, where you're from, because they kept asking people, and they were like people from all over Canada and US, and then I was just like, well, I'm from Finland, and they were like, what?
That's exactly how it happened, though. I think it is on video.
Yeah, and then they interviewed the cast after that, and I remember there were a few moments where they were like, well, that person over there is from Finland, like, how do you feel about that? And I was like, hi. like what is happening? Like, I wasn't I wasn't like pushing myself to be interviewed, but they went like through the road.
Yeah, that was part of the segment. Like, we should find the video because I'm pretty sure I know where to find it, and we can post it on our Instagram story.
I think I have it on my blog. So
that's good. That's perfect.
Yeah. So it was because I'm not the kind of person that kind of seeks to be in the spotlight.
No, you're not at all.
So I was kind of terrified, but at the same time, I was like, well, what the hell, I'm here, and if they find that interesting, then I'll talk.
Yeah, exactly. My favorite part about that whole night, I would say, is when you met Sean. And it was funny. I don't remember exactly how it happened, but I had seen Sean come down the stairs because there was like that whole lounge where the cast and crew were upstairs. I don't know, I think he was talking to Gordon. And I saw that. I bolted to him. And we hugged and we talked. And then I think you came. Was that before or after I was there? I don't know.
I think the way I remember it, just, bits and pieces, was that, well, my sister was with me. And we were just standing there. I think this was after we've, watched the episode, and then
and I think Jen Grant was performing at that time, wasn't she?
Yeah, and it was like he was just like standing there and talking to someone, and then I was like, well, he's just like few steps away, and I'm like here, and like this is my chance. And then I walked over to him, like really like what's the word? Yeah, like, sorry, I don't want to interrupt, but or like bother you.
Like that
So I was just like, I went to him and I was just like introducing myself, and I remember saying that I'm your friend because I knew that he knew you. So it wasn't because I just wanted to make him think like, this is not a crazy person or anything like that. Like, Like maybe.
Well, if you're my friend, you kind of have to be slightly.
Yeah. Well, he would know to like react accordingly or something. And then we were just talking about something, and he was like, "Oh yeah." And then you just came out of nowhere, and you were like, "Hey!" Like, "What's up?" And something like that. And you were like, "Hey, let's take a picture or something."
Oh, I was like, you have to get a picture with him because before we even went on this trip, I said, "Who would you meet?"
Yeah.
Like, who would you want to meet out of anyone? And you said Sean. So I was
Yeah.
like, oh, we're getting a picture.
Because I think for me, it felt like he would be the most approachable person.
I think he is too.
Because
yeah.
I think in a way he's kind of like Jack, like everyone's grandpa.
I also don't think Sean thinks of himself as someone who's famous.
Yeah.
Like he's just like chill. He's really chill.
Yeah. So yeah, we got that picture, and I was nervous because earlier I had met Alicia really briefly, and I took a picture or like selfie kind of thing, and it was during the red carpet part.
I remember that. Yeah.
It was like at the end of the line sort of thing. She was getting inside, and I was like, "Hi," and like, "Can we take a picture?" And I took a picture, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, like I have a picture." And then I look at it, and I was like, "I look like a potato."
Oh my god, I hate when that happens.
And so thankfully I have a picture of just
I've never seen it. Can I see it? Will you send it to me?
Yeah.
I'll never do anything with it, but I've never seen it.
Yeah, I'll show you. But yeah,
I
I was kind of disappointed because I didn't want to be like, "Oh, I look horrible in this. Like, can we take another one?"
Yeah, literally. When I met Jessica and Sean and our like group photo together, I look like dirt, and I'm like, I can never show anyone this.
But then it was like, well, I had that moment at least. Like,
yeah, exactly. I was like, I can't complain. It's not their fault that I look bad.
Yeah, I also remember after we were talking to Sean, I think Gordon was maybe there.
He was, yeah.
We were just like by this table, and then this like blonde woman came up, and I was like, she looks so familiar. Like, who is she?
Oh, Jen?
Nope.
Was it Jen? Who was it?
No, I was just like, I can't remember. But then when we left, I realized it was Julia's mother. Is it Corinne or whatever?
Yeah, I can't remember what her name is, but yeah.
Yeah, because it was one of those things that I had seen pictures of her, but because she's not a cast member and also not a crew member.
But you can recognize her.
Yeah, I was like, it's gonna bother me if I don't remember this.
Yeah.
But then
oh my god, it was such a fun night.
Yeah. And then I remember when we were leaving that event, a couple of people from the crew were hanging out.
They were, yeah.
In front of the theater or whatever the place was.
The entrance of it, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I don't really know what it was. I guess it's a theater.
Yeah. And then I remember when we were traveling before the event, I was posting pictures, and I had Wayne Pels, who's the supervisor. He follows me on Instagram, and so he had seen that I was around and I was going to be there, and he had posted like nice tips, places to visit, and like restaurants and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like what? Like all these people are so nice. Yeah, like all these people are so nice. Like I don't even like know you, and you don't know me. And
the only time there's ever been, in my experience, someone who hasn't been nice on set, it's been this one particular person who's a crew member, but like I don't think you met them. That's the only time anyone's ever been rude to me on set.
Yeah,
I'll have to tell you about it
later.
Yeah,
we're not gonna cancel. Yeah, we're not gonna cancel.
I already got canceled once today. Thanks.
Yeah. So I remember I saw Wayne, and I kind of like I wanted to thank him because he had gave me these tips.
I didn't even see him there. Like, I'm sure he was there, but I don't recall seeing him. He must have not have done the main entrance, because I'm sure there was some sort of back entrance. When they tried to sneak the cast out at the end.
Yeah, and
Do you remember that?
Yeah, for sure. And I went to talk to him, and I was just like, oh, I'm that person you've been like, in case he couldn't make the prediction, and just thank him for being so friendly. And there were other crew members as well, and I remember Sean's son, Shea.
Oh, Shea was there?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember. Yeah, he was there.
And they were
I did see him.
Gonna go do karaoke or something.
Okay.
I don't.
I guess our invite got lost in the mail.
I was kind of like, can I join? But of course.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. But I also remember, I don't know what he does and said, but I remember this guy called Tony.
Oh, Tony. Oh my God, I love Tony.
Yeah.
He's so nice.
Yeah. So he was there, and he was just like this one-man show, like cracking jokes.
He's iconic. He's main character energy, that's for sure.
Yeah. And I remember when we were by the red carpet, you met Jamie Paul Rock.
Oh, Jamie Paul Rock. I love him too.
Yeah.
He was a producer, I'm gonna say up to season 10, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe 11. Yeah. Then he retired, I believe.
It was kind of like not only seeing the cast, but the crew, and kind of surreal.
It was very surreal. But, and I don't remember what order it happened, but then I went to go and hug Sean to say goodbye because he had come down to see Gordon. I can't remember what order this happened. You know what it's like. Everything's a blur. Yeah. I couldn't tell you. But I remember going to say bye to him, and I was like, oh, I'll see you in a few weeks. Because no one knew at that time I was coming back because I hadn't said anything. And he's like, oh, yeah, and Jess is going to be here too for you. I was like, oh my God.
Right, give it together.
And I came back like 2-3 weeks later.
And I had no idea that...
I told you, didn't I?
Well, you did, but not about like Jessica, Emily, or
I really kept it a secret.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I remember when you told me after the episode, I was like, you! Like, how do you...
Oh, about Jessica Emily or Jessica Steen?
Emily.
Oh, Jessica Emily.
Because of course you told like, about Steen, but...
Yeah, Jessica Emily. So when we were planning my set visit, the only time that worked for me, and also the same time that Jessica Steen would be on set, happened to be the episode where Mallory comes back. And they weren't going to let me on set for that. But that was the only time that worked. So I was like sworn to secrecy. Like, if you tell anyone, I'm going to lose my job. Like stuff like that. I didn't tell anyone.
Not even you. Yeah.
That's bad. I was scared. I was like, okay, don't tell anyone. And I didn't tell anyone.
Yeah, I remember.
I didn't tell a single soul. I was told to put those photos in a locked folder, and I did.
I just remember being like, wow, like how were you able to keep that as a secret?
I have no idea.
Because, I mentioned earlier, like Mallory was one of my favorites, so.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, so.
And Jessica Emily is the nicest. Oh my God, she's the nicest.
Yeah, I bet.
I love her. Yeah.
Going back to Facebook times and all that.
Yeah.
Because I was so active on Facebook, I was helping other fans, and like there were a lot of repeated questions like Netflix.
Oh my God, yeah.
Like, all that stuff that, they didn't have time to always answer. So I just kind of like held out. And then they had this like fan of the month thing or...
Oh my God, that was iconic. It was started mid 2014. I would say October 2014.
Yeah, probably
was when it started.
Yeah. And I think I was like fan of the month in April 2016.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because then
2016, really? It took that long?
I think so.
I thought you were one of the first.
No. And I think it was one of the reasons why I decided to go to Calgary International Film Festival, because the Block Whisperer at the time, I think he had said that every fan of the month will have like automatic access to Fan as Extras Day or something like that.
I think I still have that email too. I'm gonna see if I can find it.
Yeah. So I was like, well, that's nice, but like as if I'm gonna go there and like be on set or whatever. And I think then when the whole event came out that they were gonna do this, I was like, like, could I possibly like lump them together to kind of be able to like have that access?
Did it end up working? I can't remember that far.
Well, the thing was they were gonna shoot the Sound of Silence, I think the episode name is, where Tim's horses have died in the fire.
Oh, season 10, yeah.
But then it got moved around because Chris's dad died at that.
Oh, is that why it got moved?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, I had no idea.
It didn't end up happening, and I was like, well, whatever, like I'm coming to the event. And
I found it. I found the email. Okay, the exact email.
Do you want to read it?
Go ahead, you finish and then I'll read it.
Okay, well, even before the trip, we were asked to be interviewed for Calgary Herald.
Oh my god, yeah. Yeah,
because it was kind of a big deal because people were coming from all over the world. Like I remember there was some Australian fan as well.
Oh yeah.
Who got interviewed. Gosh, yeah. And then me, and then you and Steve. Mm-hmm. And I remember
that was oh my god, our 5 minutes of fame.
Yeah, like I remember I was so nervous about the interview because it was done through phone, and I hate phone calls first and foremost.
Yep.
And then I had talk in English and have something to say, but the writer or journal
Eric,
journalist was really nice, and he has done a lot of Heartland articles.
Yeah, he does the Heartland article every year when there's a new season. So yeah, he was very, very nice.
Yeah,
it went well.
And I remember, I think the article came out on the morning of the event.
I think so. Yeah, because I went and tried to find a bunch of copies because I wasn't gonna get it. Like I had to get it before I left Calgary, or we were never gonna get it. I bought like a whole stack, and then didn't I mail it to you?
Yeah,
I mailed you one of the copies.
And I think it was either you or Steve sent it the online link.
Oh, okay.
To me, because I remember reading it when we were still on our Airbnb. Yeah. And I was like, what is happening? Like my name is on this magazine that I've been kind of like seeing. Telling
and it's a Heartland article. Like I felt so when I was asked, when I got the phone call from Gordon when he asked me to do it, I was like I just felt so honored.
Yeah,
because there was, out of all the fans they could have picked to do this article, they picked us.
Yeah, and I just remember it was just crazy, like to have like, because I knew you guys, but then us together in this article, like what? And
I have it framed on my wall, actually.
Yeah, I still have it as well, and it's great article. I mean, it is.
He did it really well. He did it justice, in my opinion.
The flow is nice because it goes from one fan to another, and then anyway, that whole fan of the month thing and the interview and everything like that, I think that was kind of what gave me the access to the set tour we did. After
that was the morning after that event. I remember because we were all exhausted because we were out late last night.
And
then we had to be at set on studio at 10 a.m. but it was like an hour and a half drive.
Yeah.
So we had to be up pretty
I
early for that.
remember I was a little bit sick, but I think that was.
Were you?
Yeah, because I think it's just, when you've been in an airplane for that long and the, air changes and all that.
Well,
But
there's a difference in the barometric pressure too.
yeah.
And you're getting, who knows, like, oh my gosh. When I moved to Alberta, I can't even think about it, but going from Ontario to Alberta, it's a whole different elevation.
Yeah.
So I always have a hard time breathing whenever I'm in Alberta.
Yeah. So I was a little bit sick, but like I wasn't gonna let that stop me. And I just remember I had this hoodie on because I was a bit cold, but like I was still like, there's no way I'm gonna miss this.
What an experience.
Yeah, like it was just day after day, like something exciting was happening, and then
every single day we were there was something really exciting happening. And I was there for 5 days, I believe, but like every single, and it went by so fast. We were so busy the whole time we were there.
And by the end of it, I was like, I don't want to go home. Like if this is the life that I could live here. Yeah, but
so this email,
yep,
September 27th, 2016, this was sent to both of us. I'm officially inviting you to meet me at the Calgary studio at 10 a.m. Sunday morning, where I will show you the indoor sets. I figure if you guys are coming all this way, you should get a little extra. Yeah. Oh, and here's the article. Thank you very much for sharing your stories with Eric at the Calgary Herald. The physical copy will be on newsstands all day Saturday. So in the midst of running around enjoying Calgary, make sure you pick up your own copy. Oh, I think it was him who sent you the online version because it's in this email.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that explains.
In about 14 hours, it's going to get crazy. I hope you all have a wonderful time and enjoy the evening. When was this? Oh, this was the first. Also, before we were even at the set visit, this was emailed to us. Interesting. It's weird putting the timeline together.
Yeah, it was. I remember when, even back in Finland, before we were, we were about to go to the airport. I think that was, or some kind of email was what I got, because I remember thinking, like, what, are we gonna go to the set? And I was really excited, and just like I couldn't believe it. I mean, I didn't want to give myself, that permission to be excited.
You don't want to get your hopes up, right? Yeah.
Because I was like, well, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. But then it did.
That was the one time they kept their word to you.
Yeah. Well, I will tell the other story later.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about the time where she flew back in 2018, promised a set visit, and then was taken away. We're not going to talk about that.
Yeah, maybe some other episode, but like.
Yeah, the wounds are still fresh.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep these happy memories from
moving on
2016, because I think that
God,
was
what a year.
that was the best year to be in the fandom, I think.
Yes, I agree with you 100%. I'm looking at these emails now. And do you remember when CBC was trying to take Heartland off of Netflix? This was 2016, I believe, according to this email.
Maybe, I'm not sure.
And then I got this email saying, where is it? That they wanted me to start this fan uproar so that CBC would keep it on Netflix. Do you remember that?
Yeah. I remember both.
And I did, and it was back on Netflix like the day later.
We were like little minions.
We are iconic.
Like, I think even if there were fans who weren't at the event, but just following our journey and like what was happening at the time, I think it was exciting for other fans as well. It
was. Oh my God. We need to do a whole episode just about my emails from 2016.
I don't even know like what's in there.
Me either. It's like, oh, it's been a long time since I've read them. I was like, holy.
So is it like episode 4, releasing or leaking the emails or something?
Yeah, right? Oh no, I would get into so much trouble if I released these emails. 100%. Canceled again.
Yeah, like you have a sniper, like a red dot.
Yeah, there's gonna be like a red dot appearing on my head, and I'm gonna be like,
oh, okay, well, this was
BBC,
the episode.
that
Like,
you? Yeah.
Yeah.
You have like this van pull up into my guard now and be like, "You're under arrest." Like I knew it was coming. Knew it was coming one day.
I just remember us being at Harley's, but like, was that the first time we?
Yeah, the first day we met, you guys were riding, and we met you where you were riding. I can't remember.
Oh, yeah.
And then I believe we went back to Harley's after that.
Yeah, so my sister and I, she's not a horse person, but one of my wishes was that I would be able to ride when we were in Canada. And then, I kind of forced her, but at the same time, she was kind of like, well, I'll give it a try.
Yeah.
And then we had decided to meet you guys after that. And then because you were kind of around, you came to the
it was
ranch.
In the air. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I remember the first time I saw you were like playing with this foal they had.
Oh, I was playing with one of the horses, yes.
Yeah, this small one. But yeah, that was the first time we met, and I think we went to Harley's.
Yeah, we went to Harley's after. What else did we do that day? I don't remember.
I remember one thing from his house, because they asked us like, what do you want to drink? And I was just like, well, what do you have? And they had Canada Dry.
Oh, Canada Dry.
Yeah, and I had never tried that, so I was like, well, I'm gonna give it a try, and I liked it. And I remember after the trip, I was like, oh, I want to go back. And then we have these like special shops here that have Canada Dry, so I went to get a few cans to
necessities.
Kind of mentally go back. Was it after the set tour that we kind of like said goodbye and like?
Oh yeah, we had initially said goodbye after. So we went to the studio, and then we went to the ranch, and then we went to the dude ranch, and then we went to the trailer, and then we said goodbye.
No, it was by the church.
And then we went to the church.
Yeah, where Lou and Peter.
Oh my god, us in the church. And it was Sunday, so if we would have been there any earlier, we would have literally been at church.
Yeah. And then we were like, oh, like this is our last time meeting, and saying goodbyes and like all sad and like.
Do you remember the joke that Brenda said when we were in the cemetery in the back of the church? Oh my god, I remember it to this day because I laughed, and I still think it's hilarious.
What did she say?
She said, I can't remember how she put it, but how the graveyard was the finish. Do you remember that? Because you're finished?
I don't remember, but yeah.
I laughed. I was like, that's funny as heck.
I don't remember that. Yeah. Sounds like something she would say.
Yeah. And was it me? Because we're at like the pulpit in the church, like reading off of this Bible. And was it me or was it Harley who said to confess your sins? And then you were like, oh, we'll be here a while.
Yeah. I remember that one, but I don't remember who said.
Yeah, I don't remember who said it either.
Yeah. But yeah, it was funny. Yeah, we were saying goodbye and like, oh, like, yeah, like, see you maybe sometime. And then the next day, like, I remember we had not talked about this, but my sister and I were thinking of going to Kananaskis Country.
Yeah.
Right?
No, you said it right.
Yep. And then we were just driving around and we were like, okay, well, we gotta grab something to eat before we go to see the mountains and stuff like that. And there was this nice little diner that we had seen before, and we were like, okay, we're gonna go to that one because it looks like perfect.
It's authentic, right?
Yeah. So we went there and we ordered our food and sat down and just like, sat there, and then we were like, hang on, we know this.
And I remember someone tapped me, and I turned around and I was like, "What the hell?" And you're sitting there.
Yeah, like
we thought we had said goodbye. Then we were like, "What?"
Yeah, that was next day, right?
That was the next day. That was when we had said goodbye the day before, and I believe that was the last day we were all there. Because I remember, we were at the airport at the same time because I was texting you because we were in different parts of the airport.
Yeah,
you remember that?
Yeah, and we were like, "What are you doing here?"
Like, no kidding.
Like, are you stalking us or whatever?
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah.
And then we spent the day going through the mountains together. We went to Upper Kananaskis Lake, Lower Kananaskis Lake. Where else did we go? Yeah, different places. And...
Yeah, we went to see the Eagle Lake, and we just went around that day. And then by the end of it, we were like, well, I guess this is another goodbye. Like,
yeah, and it was the actual goodbye.
Yeah.
I don't where did we say goodbye? I don't even remember. I'm probably trying to compress it because it was probably sad.
Yeah, I just remember us going around, but I don't actually remember like what was.
Yeah, I don't remember it either.
But yeah, we've seen since then, back in 2018.
Yeah. I moved to Alberta that year, and you were there visiting.
Yeah, that's a story for another time.
Yeah, I might have to take a drink before we talk about that.
I might too, and
you don't drink at all, and you'd most have to take a drink before we talk about 2018.
Like, well, that was kind of the opposite of 2016.
It was the opposite.
Like, I got it all in 2016, and then
it was taken from both of us in 2018.
Yeah.
That's a wrap on episode 3, everyone.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's been oh gosh, another almost 2 hours. Not really, but
of course.
This
is us trying to make it shorter.
We tried.
Should we say our closing?
Yep. So keep your nose clean.
And your powder dry, as they say.
Yeah. And we'll keep doing that for as long as someone says.
Yeah, until someone figures it out.
Yeah. So
it's gonna be like us as skeletons dead before someone figures it out. Yeah. Yeah, literally, that's all they hear.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for listening. I hope you liked this episode. We will be back next week.
So see you then.
We will see you then. Peace out, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.